Welcome, Sens Talk.
Here comes Sens with a pass across to the stars. He bats it in. Tim Stutzler wins it for Ottawa. Triple Grant is going to put the finishing touches on an Ottawa win. See you later. Go Sens, go.
Sens win 3-2 over the Calgary Flames, baby, in overtime. Your Ottawa Senators have won 5 games in a row. We're going streaking, as the admin says for the Ottawa Senators on Twitter. What a goated clip this is, by the way. Look at your screen right now. Probably can't play the audio for copyright reasons, but shout out to Sens admin. What an electric tweet there after tonight's massive victory over the Calgary Flames. Now, you're probably wondering, Brandon, why are you being a little quieter than usual after such a hype game? Well, it's past midnight and I have neighbors. I like to think I'm a considerate person, so I'm going to try to keep it down. But my goodness, is it ever going to be tough to keep it down after such a massive win? A massive victory for your Ottawa Senators. 5 wins in a row, and that's because of Linus Ullmark. Linus Ullmark. Ollie, my goodness. You are an absolute stud. Unbelievable again tonight. He's started 9 games in a row, has won 8 out of 9 games. Unbelievable. We'll talk about that later on. Going to this game, Ottawa's won 4 in a row, 7-2-1 of their last 10. However, on the road, as we all know, a big road trip coming up, currently on that road trip. Ottawa is 6-7-1 on the road this year. Want to get back to 500 in that, kind of thing. You want to get back to 500 on the road. You're not going to be a playoff team if you can't win on the road. So that needs to change, and certainly changed tonight. But again, we got to keep that going. We got Vancouver, we got Edmonton coming up. This is a massive victory because those games, those will be really, really tough to win. I think we can win them potentially, especially with how well we're playing right now. But one day, one game at a time. Hold on, we're getting close to the end here. And Laura, if you're watching this, please bring back the Danger Flutes. I mean, it's such a disgrace they're gone. But anyway, so yeah, Ottawa, a massive win. Pittsburgh won tonight as well. So to keep pace, get the overtime point was key. But to get the win in a game where, frankly, could have went either way. I was happy with the point. Wanted the 2 again because Vancouver and Edmonton coming up, tough opponents. So kudos to the Sens. I mean, they showed fight. They showed heart. They fought back all game. They bounced back after a tough goal there in the third. We'll talk about that in a sec. This is one of those games where they didn't deserve the win. They didn't deserve to lose. It was pretty even. But the good teams find ways to win those games, especially on the road, right? Especially on the road. Keep that in mind. It's not easy to win on the road. So how did Ottawa win today? Well, actually, it didn't start off great. The Flames were dominating the first period of play. And early on, the Flames would strike first to make it 1-0 for Calgary. A big rebound from Ullmark. Not his fault because guess what? Yeah, big rebound, but no one's out there to clear it out front. And of course, it's the Flames capitalizing on that. Hamnick on the ice on that goal for 2 minutes. I mean, I'm not blaming Hamnick for that goal. Chabot as well, pardon me, has to cover the front of the net there. No doubt about it. It's on both of them. I think, frankly, probably more on Chabot, if anything. But, I mean, when you got Hamnick running out there for 2 minutes and the guys are tired, I mean, you can see that goal coming from a mile away. So that was unfortunate to start the game. And Ottawa, when allowing the first goal this year, is 2-11-1 when allowing the first. And they are winless on the road. They have not won a game this year on the road when they allow the first goal. Let's just say that changed. But again, not exactly a great start, but a great finish to the first period. Nick Cousins, baby. Nick Cousins. Beautiful goal here. As really Greg out front, creates some havoc, kind of gets the deflection there, and Cousins bangs it home on the rebound. Point shot from Sanderson. Tie game after 20 minutes of play. A massive, massive momentum-shifting goal by Nick Cousins. That third line has been fantastic as of late. That bottom 6 has been great. That fourth line looked really, really good today, too. They did some really good things. All 4 lines for Ottawa right now are really clicking. And honestly, again, it all stems back to your goaltender. It really does. I always say this. I said it at the beginning of the video. I've been saying it for years on this channel. Your team can have all the stars up front on the blue line, but if you have no goalie in that crease, none of it matters. None of it matters. If you have a good goalie to solidify things, everything else naturally will just even out and calm down and work out. Because again, having that goaltender instills confidence in everyone, and when everyone has confidence, this is what you see. All 4 lines roll and everyone playing like a well-oiled machine. So a good response there for Ottawa. After the Flames were the better team in the first period, Ottawa finished off the period strong with a massive goal from their bottom 6. So we go to the second period, and my goodness, Brady Tkachuk takes a stick to the face, and he was joking about it in the post-game interview with Kenzie Lalonde. By the way, shout out to her, 4-0 while commentating Sens games. She's got to call more games, obviously. But a 4-minute power play squandered. That sucks, but not as much as Tkachuk and his face. I mean, my goodness, that must suck a lot. That definitely hurts. Gotta feel for the captain there. Certainly did not stop him from doing things in this game. We'll just leave it at that for now. I don't want to spoil it if you missed the game and slept in or whatnot. But again, so that was unfortunate. But what also is unfortunate is the fact that Ottawa has not scored a power play goal in 4 straight games. And on a 4-minute power play, they really looked uninspired there, which is weird because in their 5-on-5 play, I mean, even before this winning streak, the advanced analytics showed that they were very, very good on the 5-on-5. And you would think with all the skill this team has and the firepower that, the special teams would be their forte, right? And it was a couple of years ago, but no. And again, power plays are hot and cold. I mean, it's going to go up and down. They started off really, really hot as well. They're still 7th in the league, so it's not like they're terrible. But again, that's just something to note that 4 games in a row we haven't scored on the power play. So we go to the third period of play, and just a few minutes in, the Flames are on the power play. The Sens penalty kill is not exactly inspiring until now. Really, Greg does what Victor Stahlberg should have done in 2017. In double overtime, gave him 7-0. My goodness, I'll never get over that. But anyways, really Greg steals it along the blue line, goes off on a breakaway, puts home the rebound. Ottawa has their first lead of the night, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-1 Senators. Really Greg, well-deserved goal. He looked really, really good tonight. Again, that bottom 6 overall looked very good. But behind the net, along the boards, I was really, really liking Really Greg's game. Some really nice passes. Strong game for Really Greg, no doubt about it. And he gets a well-deserved goal here, shorthanded for the Ottawa Senators. But very rarely do you see a shorthanded goal followed up by a power play goal on the same power play, but that's what just happened as Huberdeau puts it in off his skate. This one was controversial. I think it shouldn't have been. The call on the ice was a goal, so you have to definitively prove the goal should not count, right? That Huberdeau kicked it in. And the skate definitely shifted in that direction, and sure, you could say maybe he was trying to kick it a little bit, but it wasn't definitive. And most of all, he looked like he was stopping, in my opinion, and you're allowed to have it deflect off you and in. I don't want to bring up Mika Zibanejad in 2013, but I mean, that was more egregious than what Huberdeau did. I'm just going to be honest. I'm obviously a Sens fan, but I also am a realist. I'm not going to just lie to you. That was a goal. You can prove it shouldn't have been a goal. So the Flames tied at 2. Not much Ullmark can do there. So after that, we go to overtime. I'm just going to try to keep it short here because it's a late one for me, and tomorrow is still a work day. But again, good for Ottawa. This is not one of those games where they dominated. It's not one of those games where the Flames dominated. It's just an even game. Not much going on. Pretty strong defensive by both teams, to be honest with you. Goalies. I mean, Ullmark. Let's talk about Ullmark for a sec before we get to this overtime, because there's not much in overtime to talk about. Ullmark, I mean, that glove hand, it's unbelievable. I noted this on Twitter the other day. Going from Korpisalo and Murray's glove to Linus Ullmark's glove is like one of the biggest upgrades of all time in the National Hockey League. I mean, that leather was flashing tonight. It's probably steaming. You probably want to put some ice on it because it's probably needing to be cooled off. It was red hot tonight. He was fantastic, and that glove hand was being worked quite a bit. So Ullmark, what I love about him is he looks so calm and composed in the net, but when he makes all these big saves, it's so natural to him. It's so natural, and that's how you know he's elite. I mean, only the elite players can make something so unnatural look natural. So anyways, we go to overtime, and Tkachuk with like a huge, oh my goodness, I mean, like his lip is very puffy right now. I mean, I can just imagine how much swelling is there. And he said it himself in the post-game interview, it's only going to get worse. Hopefully he doesn't, but I wouldn't be shocked to see him in one of those cages, World Junior style, going into the next game in a couple days here. But so we go to overtime. Enough jibber-jabber. Let's go to overtime here. And Brady Tkachuk, I mean, my goodness, what a pass from Linus Ullmark to get it up to a 2-on-1 with Tim Stützle and Brady Tkachuk. And Tate McRae's in the crowd, a lot on the line. You want to impress the superstar in the crowd. You want to impress some of the Sens fans in the stands as well. And Tim Stützle right over to Brady Tkachuk. He takes a shot, And before the defenseman for the Flames can get the puck, Stützle, I mean, my goodness, Timmy Superstar. This was almost as good as the Linus Ullmark stretch pass from zone to zone. Just in the slot area, just out front, tips it over to Tkachuk, and El Capitano puts it home. The captain, Brady Tkachuk, El Capitano, OTGWG number 10 of his NHL career, and yet again, for the second time in like 4 games, Brady Tkachuk takes the Senators on his back and walks off the Calgary Flames. 3-2 victory for your Ottawa Senators. Brady Tkachuk, captain clutch, no doubt about it. What a pass there from Ullmark and Stützle, and Tkachuk finishes it off as Ottawa has won 5 in a row. That's right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wins in a row for your Ottawa Senators. That's right. Your Ottawa Senators are firmly in a playoff spot. Even if the Penguins won, we're still in that playoff spot. And most importantly, with those 5 wins in a row, we're 17, 13, and 2 on the year. We're very close to 3rd in the Atlantic right now. We have games in hand. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. If people thought I was insufferable when we were bad, get ready. Get ready, because I am feeling it now. The Ottawa Senators with a massive victory. You got Vancouver coming up. You got Edmonton coming up this weekend. Just a massive victory before that back-to-back. So, again, Linus Ullmark, a massive reason as to why 8 out of his last 9 games wins. All 9, he's at least gotten a point. He has a .954 save percentage. Unbelievable. In those 9 games. In Ollie we trust. In Ollie we trust. No doubt about it. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, what a victory for your Ottawa Senators. And yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday against Vancouver. That's going to be a tough one. I think you probably start Ullmark in that one. You could probably get a win in Vancouver. Ottawa seems to always lose to Edmonton, so sorry, Levi Merlainen. You're going to probably be thrown to the Wolves against Connor McDavid, but we'll see what happens. Both are tough teams, so you can't really... there's no right or wrong answer. But yeah, besides that, let me know what you think in the comment section down below as always. And go Sens go, baby. What a victory. We are so back. We are so back. Oh my God. 5 wins in a row. Let's go. All right. Talk to you all soon. Go Sens go.